You are now watching What No The Ryan Show. Ho ho!
All right, what's up, everybody? Now let's try it again. What's up, everybody? Where's Greg at? Where's Greg at? I really liked your performance because it's true. Either you can or you can't. Because dreams are buried in discouragement or with critics. And I really applaud you for that. So give it up for Greg, everybody. What I want you to do right now is I want you to think about a dream. Because I believe I'm looking at a room full of dreamers.
Right? That's right.
Yep. So, and if you don't know what your dream is, look under your past discouragement, your past mistakes, past regrets, your past divorces, breakups, job losses. There's dreams under those hard times, I've realized. Me, 2 years ago, I had this big dream as I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was a college dropout, 280 pounds overweight, jobless, had no hope, living with my parents, 20 years old. I'm now 22 right now, but I had this dream to move out to California, but I had no way of getting out there. There seemed like there was no way to get out there because I wanted to move out to San Francisco Art Institute, but the thing is, San Francisco Art Institute for out-of-state tuition was $75,000. And I don't know about you, but my wallet was saying, no, Ryan, you cannot move out there. So, but the way how the California dream came to pass was, and it was crazy because I didn't believe this at first. My friends were always saying, Ryan, just, why don't you pray about it? Why don't you like ask God for that California dream to come back to life? And I didn't believe in God for the longest. I thought that was all a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but this one night, I had gone on my knees because I was at my lowest point. And I said, dear God, if there's any way I can move out to California, then please let it come to pass. I give it to you. I just leave it to you. Guide me and show me the way to California. That next day, things started to change. I met with an educational consultant along with my parents at the time, and the guy told us, because I didn't want to live in Charlotte anymore, so he told us about a wilderness program in Utah. And the thing about wilderness programs are that you're outdoors 24/7. It's practically like boot camp. You get orders from people who are in charge of you, and they tell you what to do: rock climbing, mountain biking, eating certain foods, and you're outdoors in whatever weather conditions. So I went out in the craziest time of the year, which is December and January. It was 3 degrees outside. And I don't know how I got through that, because there were nights where I thought I was going to lose my fingers because it was so cold. And there were times where I was rock climbing that I didn't know how I was going to make it up to the top, but I did. And I remember going with peers, we had to carry a community bucket because when you're out living outdoors, you got to go to the restroom somehow, some way. So we had to use the community bucket to do feces in. And the thing is, each person each week had to carry those feces from, and I know I'm getting disgusting, I'm getting kind of crazy with this, but just hear me out. There was one, you use the restroom in that bucket with a garbage bag in there. The time where it was my turn to do it, there was no garbage bag in there. So I had to clean out. And the thing is, I'm thankful because someone else did it for me. And that wasn't, honestly, someone else took the blame for it, because that was crazy, because it wasn't from my own power. That was from God. Right. And I really don't think that I could do all that without God, because I'm now 200 pounds and I'm living out here, and here's how it came to pass. It took the passion for that dream for California. It took a lot of patience, and it took a lot of perseverance to the wilderness. And then one of the staff came up to me and said that they found a transition program in Redlands, California. where you go and they help you find a job, they help you go and find your own place, and they encourage you to go back to school. So I took the opportunity and went to live in the transition program. It's technically like rehab. You're pretty much living in rehab, but indoors. And the thing was that when I heard the news I was moving to Redlands, my knees were trembling because I just realized that the California dream came to pass. So what I'm trying to say to you is 3 things. When you have a dream, there's 4 P's involved. You gotta have passion for that dream. You gotta persevere when things don't look like they're going your way. Because think about it, I was at the lowest point when I didn't think the California dream was gonna come to pass, but you gotta persevere. Because every setback is not a setback. It's actually a setup for you to come back and make a strong killing in your life.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is that you just gotta believe that that dream's gonna come to pass, even though it may seem so dead. There's, like R. Kelly said, if you believe it, then you can conceive it and you can achieve it. So what I'm trying to say to you is, I don't know how I brought R. Kelly in. but anyway, what I'm trying to say is you gotta have those 3 P's. Patience, and the thing is, the reason why I'm saying those 3 P's, passion, perseverance, and patience, how often do we see those 3 qualities in one person? Because not a lot of people like to be patient for their dreams.
Right.
Not a lot of people like to be positive and passionate about their dreams, I see these days. And some people, when they go through some setbacks, they want to give up then and there.
Yeah.
But then at least the 4th P, you gotta pray. You may not be a religious person, but it's worked for me, and I'm not kidding. This has actually helped me. 22 years old, I shouldn't even be living in my own apartment right now. Because there's so many people that I went through the rehab with that were living on their own, and they couldn't live on their own. They either relapsed on alcohol or marijuana, or coke, heroin. There were some hardcore drug addicts in my rehab, or people that just couldn't take it. But after 2 years, January 28th, 2017, it's 2 years of me living on my own, where some people can make it for 6 months on their own. So what I'm trying to say is, when you have a dream, you gotta have passion, you gotta persevere, and you gotta have patience, and you gotta pray to something higher than yourself, and you gotta know that it's gonna serve somebody. It's not just for you. Your dream's not just for you, but it's gonna help somebody, whether they're hopeless going through their hard stuff. You gotta pass on the inspiration. This world feeds off of inspiration and motivation.
Right.
And something higher than yourself. So don't give up, and just believe, you can see, and you will achieve.
Give that for Ryan, ladies and gentlemen.